Hey everyone, Combo here, back with another Empires and Puzzles video, and today is going to be my recap video of Monster Island. My alliance, the Praetorian Guardians, finished 26th, so we finished in the top 100, obviously explored 100% of the map, collected 27 treasure chests, which was really interesting because we explored 100% of the map, we killed all of the hordes before the 12th hour, and then we got them to respawn every time by the 12th hour after that. So we killed the maximum amount of hordes, which is why we finished 26th overall. But there was like another 20 or so treasure chests around the map that we were not able to collect because we didn't get enough keys. So I don't know if that's like a bug in beta, but it was really odd that we had the ability to potentially collect the treasure chests, but couldn't actually open them because we didn't get enough keys. So feedback for the developers, don't give us the option or the tease of potentially getting treasure chests when there's no way to actually open them. And then here are my rewards. The top part is the set rank rewards that we got for being in the top 100, or forget if there was like a separate tier for top 50, but there's a couple training heroes, one epic hero token, 240 Monster Island coins, one 5-star nature ether, 5 4-star ones, 11 3-star ones, 90 sorcerer and 90 cleric emblems, a scroll of alteration or 4 of them, some arrows, time stops, and some super antidotes. And then for our chest rewards, there's some more trainer heroes, 471 Monster Island coins, one 5-star dark ether, a couple 4-star holy, a 4-star ice, a bunch of 3-star ethers, some emblems, and it looks like that is it. So I've got enough pulls for Monster Island to do 7 total. We got 2 5-star ethers, and that's probably the highlights of the rewards from this event. Overall, I had a lot of fun during Monster Island, and I feel like most of our alliance did too. I don't know if I can go into the map at this point. Let's try, and actually here's our little story mode here for Monster Island that we finished it. Do we think the trip was worth it? Could have been better, could have been worse. I could definitely agree with that. And it's like they stole my thunder. Working alongside everyone was great fun. The Apex monsters were not much tougher than expected, though. We killed them pretty easily. And I would reckon that our teamwork could use a little bit of improvement as well. And our leadership team has already talked about streamlining our plans for the next time Monster Island is around. Hopefully it's not 8 months again before the next Monster Island event. All right, let's try to go into that mode. And it looks like we might be able to get over there. Yeah, all right, cool. So if I click on the map here, we collected, or rather killed all the hordes, all the apex monsters, everything, and then there's these treasure chests, these green dots everywhere that we were not able to open those treasure chests. It looks like they got removed from the map also. Oh, here we are. Here's some treasure chests. Yeah, we were not able to open them, unfortunately, but if you were not able to finish 100% of the map exploring, this is what the edge of the map looked like with the water spots, in case if anybody is curious. As far as the big reasons why we were able to get top 100, we had a very organized approach, or a semi-organized approach, I would say, at the beginning of exploring the map. So we actually broke the map up into grids, into 5 different grids, and we assigned 2 to 3 people, which actually probably should have been more like 4 to 5 people per section of the grid. It took a lot of the energy in order to explore the map. It took us a little while to find all 30 of the hordes, and that was our priority for the first part of Monster Island, because we wanted to make sure that we found all of the hordes and killed all of them before like the 10th or the 11th hour at the latest, so that there was a little bit of a time buffer before the hordes were to respawn. The hordes respawn every 12 hours, so that's a maximum of 3 times during the event, and each time they respawned, we killed them pretty quickly. Everybody was pretty well prepared, so you need to kill them before 12 hours in, and then before 24 hours in, and then again before 36 hours in, so that they respawn again before the event. If you did not finish in the top 100, it's more than likely because you did not find all 30 of the hordes and kill all 30 of the hordes before that that 12th hour. And like I said, really before like the 10th or 11th hour at the latest. That way that there's a little bit of a time buffer from when they respawn the next couple times. And so that the hordes are not respawning at like 5 to 10 minutes before the event actually ends by the time they respawn the last time. But we had everything done with probably about an hour left in the event. One big thing that we want to work on for next time is sometimes there was wasted energy and potentially wasted items and resources because of multiple people killing off a horde. So if I go into the history here, there's probably a time where a horde was killed twice. Actually, we did it at the end because we weren't really caring as much because we knew that everything was done. But you can see here that horde H9 and G8, especially H9, a ton of people killed it. Oh, actually, I'm looking at H9 and D9 together. A couple of people killed H9 and then like 4 people killed D9. Once you get to just one hit needed, and if multiple people are hitting it, whoever finishes it first will get the points for the alliance. So you still get points, you're not losing points, but whoever finishes it afterwards does not get any points. So they're wasting energy from attacking that horde, and then again they're potentially wasting items and resources if they used any throughout that battle. So that's something that we're going to try to get better at for next time Monster Island comes around. So if you're wondering why anybody got 0 points at any point, that is why. We tried not to have more than like 2 people at the most attacking a horde at the same time to try to prevent that, but sometimes a bunch of us got a little eager when we saw hordes start popping up and we were trying to kill them as quickly as possible, so more than 2 people jumped into those hordes and attacked, and that's what resulted in that. Another big contributor to finishing Monster Island in the top 100 or ranking at all is how quickly you finish beating the hordes. That's probably the biggest thing that you can control, other than finding all the hordes before the 12th hour so that you get them to get the maximum amount of respawns. I was able to start killing the 30 monster hordes in about 1.5 to 2 minutes at the longest, and actually I did record one of them, so I'll bring that up and show you what I was doing and what my team looked like for that and what items I was using. And I wasn't really using a lot of items each battle, so let me pull that up. And here is that battle where I finished it in like 1.5 minutes. And it's my team with Rat Grub, Grimsteel, Kolya, Ronzalki, and Shimmer Scale. I hit Rat Grub with a super mana potion at the very beginning, and then I used a hurricane on the 3 in the middle. And Ronzalki is a very interesting hero for this event because he's an attack all hitter, and once you get that relic that gives 50% critical hit, he's already got 50% critical hit from his family bonus, so he's getting a critical hit every single time he uses a special. He's going to get that, and then Sooner Yang, if you've got her, would also have that. So they would be great heroes for this event from an attack all hitter perspective. And then I wanted a couple Mega Minions to be able to get those extra hits after I match tiles, because I was trying to use as few items as possible, as you can see here. And having Rat Grub with that extra damage every time somebody's special goes off is a huge reason why I was able to finish these battles so quickly. So we're only 1 minute in right now, and I've already killed 18 out of the 30 monsters here. And we've got all of our specials here. Grimsteel's attack growth really makes the extra damage obviously that much higher, especially the extra damage from Rat Grub's minion. You can see I'm doing like 1,600 damage from the extra damage from Rat Grub's Mega Minion. I think my lowest horde killing for 30 was 1 minute and 25 seconds. This one was 1 minute and 31 seconds, as you can see here. So that was my strategy. This was the team I used pretty much every single time for killing hordes. Unfortunately, the Kalo trick that a lot of us were using in prior Monster Island events does not work anymore because the mana loop situation got nerfed a little bit when the Mythic Titan mana loop situation was going on. So the last version, I think it was version 81, that got fixed so that you can't continually get a bunch of mana every single time you use Kalo with heroes like Griel and a couple other heroes that give mana. So overall, very happy with how the event went. If I were to summarize Monster Island and how you can maximize the most amount of points, it would be first to divvy up the map before the event even starts with some predetermined map explorers. Ideally, those map explorers would be people who are very active or who are able to log into the event when it first loads. Use up all of that Monster Island energy right away. Try to explore the map as quickly as possible to find the hordes. You don't have to explore every single individual piece of the map. You can save that for like day 2, but you want to get to the ends of the map so that you can try to find all the hordes. And then once you've found all the hordes, then you do not need to really explore the map any further at that point. You can start attacking the hordes. Save the apex monsters for day 2 or toward the end of the event at least. There's no reason to kill the apex monsters or attack them any earlier than day 2 or toward the end of the event because they do not respawn. I actually saw that question in quite a few of my chats. Apex monsters do not respawn, only the hordes do, and they respawn every 12 hours. So you want to kill them, like I said, before the 11th hour. That would be tip number 2. Kill them by the 11th hour, and then make sure that you've got everybody ready to go when those hordes respawn each time afterwards. If you can kill the hordes by like the 9th or 10th hour, then that's going to give you even more of a buffer, which I think is something that we are hoping to do for next time, so that way it's not like super crunch mode time. And then if you're trying to rank or to place in the event, try to have your people who can finish the hordes as quickly as possible be attacking them. Obviously, sometimes you're just going to need whoever's available so that you can try to kill the hordes. And then once you've got a system for killing the hordes pretty quickly, obviously there's going to be a lot of downtime in between. That's when you can have people who have energy who are about to expire or who just don't have the time maybe to participate in the event for killing the hordes. You can have them finish exploring the map. You can have some of your big Titan hitters attack the apex monsters. We probably started attacking the apex monsters a little too early, but we had a good system and a good group of people who were attacking the hordes, so we were able to get all of that done pretty efficiently. As far as the leaderboard goes, I didn't actually take a look at how far off we were from the top. So we finished with 36 million points, and the top alliance had 39.8 million points. So we were about 3.8 million points off of that. If I were to look at like the top 10, we were 37.2, so we were 1.2 million points behind that. So there was quite a close gap between 10th and 26th where we finished. The top alliances, how many of them finished over 38 million? Just 2 of them, or 3 of them actually. So congratulations to Infernales for finishing first overall in the Monster Island event. Let me know how your alliance did and if you had any different of a strategy that worked for you all. But that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy it or found it helpful. If you did, hit that like button. Make sure you sub to my channel, and I'll catch you guys next time.